Hello, witches. I'm so sorry about the way I look. I've been working around the house today, and it struck me that I needed to go ahead before I forget and explain to y'all. I'm sure you've heard about the third eye. Um, Now, this is where me being in the medical field helps, and it's a pretty interesting thing here. Your third eye, or the pineal gland, pineal, is a little gland that's shaped like a pine cone, and it's kind of has a reddish gray look to it. And it's centered right in the middle of your brain. It's also called the cerebri, or the epiphysis, but witches, we call it the third eye. And this little gland is very amazing. In fact, most doctors, scientists don't really know what all it does, but we do. Aha, witchy, witchy. Anyway, so its main function is to, it regulates the melatonin. Now, not to be confused with melanin, the pigment, the pigmentation causes you to be what color you are. It's melatonin. It regulates your sleep and wake patterns. It's kind of, I would look at it as a nocturnal organ, because light dictates how it works and how much it works. If you're during the daylight hours, the secretion of melatonin is lower. So therefore, you're more apt to stay awake. But that's not really proven yet on how much melatonin actually has you sleeping or whatever. But that could be a whole different video, and I ain't going there. You can study up on it. But it also regulates the gonadotrophins, your ovaries and your testes, how much they produce. Melatonin blocks the production, the secretion of the pituitary gland to produce your reproductive hormones. So wouldn't it kind of make sense to say, if you were trying to get pregnant, I guess you would need to have sex all the time in the daytime? Yeah, because the melatonin at nighttime, or the pineal gland at nighttime, is more active because there's no light. So when it's producing melatonin, it's also preventing your pituitary gland from putting out your reproductive hormones. So doesn't that make sense that you probably need to be copulating during the day? I don't know. Just a thought, I mean, it helps to know, a little bit about your glands and their functions and when and how. And anyway, that's what it is. That's the whole rounded figure of it regulates your, well, we call it the circadian rhythm. It basically means your biological rhythm, which is your biological clock, how many days and nights. And as you get older, your pineal gland, like on an X-ray, it's actually there. I know a lot of people think, well, what is this third eye bullshit? It's really there. It really exists. Okay, you can see it on an X-ray. I don't know. There's so much involved in the scientific thing of that, but um, as you get older, this also shows up kind of calcified. Your minerals that um, are constantly going through your brain, of course, all throughout our bodies. Your calcium, your phosphorus, stuff like that. It gets a buildup on there. So it kind of looks calcified. So, another opinion that I have, scientific and witchy, is that maybe some of us older witches need to pay more attention to our third eye as we get older. Keep it cleared, make sure that, I don't know, you massage it and take care of it, I guess you could say, like you would anything else that you wanted to maintain. Now, that's just all coming from an educated guess on my part. You don't have to take all this to the bank. This is just a rambling medical person kind of giving my opinion on the subject. So that is your third eye. So and I will go into more of this about how to open it as far as projections, the way we do it. You can do a lot of things with it. And what's so amazing is that it is, like I said, I would consider it a nocturnal gland because it's way more active at night. Could be another reason most witches are night owls. Everything just kind of starts, filling into place, filing into place when you start thinking about these things and how they intertwine and mix. This is what also makes this path very interesting. And when I told you at the beginning of my videos that you will dabble in every aspect of the worldologies, crystallology, all your trees, your herbology, you know what I mean. You will, and I'm really tired right now. So if I sound like I'm rambling, I'm sorry, but I speak the truth. And you can look this up. Like I said, I'm in the medical field. You can look it all up. It's all there. It's in every medical book. I just wanted to tell you the history of it and that it actually does exist. That and because it's regulated by light, it kind of reminds me. I'm sure y'all know about the little the big angler fish that lives way, way down deep in the dark abyss of the ocean. All you see is this little thing hanging. It's like a lure. And it hangs on its head like this. It has a little light dangling down. Well, that could be his third eye. It's just exterior. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw in something cute there. But anyway, I know I get a little crazy sometimes, especially when I'm tired. So deal with me or don't. I don't care. There is the scientific history of your third eye. So I am going to go take my shower and I'm going to come back and we are going to do a protection spell. And after we get that done, then we can begin, making our oils and doing some other spells and going into astral projections and But the very first thing you really need to do, and it's important to have some sort of protection surrounding you before you do any of this, astral projection especially. You don't want to go off somewhere and not be able to return. Now, see, here's another thought in my head. Maybe, just maybe, some of these people that are in these insane asylums seen a little bit more than we understand, or that they understood, or just never came back from astral traveling. See the stuff that goes through my head. Oh my, y'all are in for it with me as a teacher. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to take my bath. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a video on, we're going to do a protection spell on yourself. Have a piece of your jewelry, okay? Have it ready. Have either a necklace or a ring, a bracelet. I guess you could even use earrings. I don't think the earrings are such a good idea, and I'll explain that in my next video. Get those ready. It can be amethyst. This is the stones I would prefer they be. Amethyst, any kind of black stone, which I explained could be your tourmaline, your onyx, your Apache tears, which not many people have Apache tears in jewelry. But if you don't have any of those in a jewelry piece, then if you have gotten any of the stones that I recommended that you get, or if you haven't, if at least you've got the crystal, the clear quartz, get that out. I need you to get your herbs that I asked you to get out, your rosemary, I think I said bay leaf, cinnamon, and you probably don't have rue. You might. If you do, you can get that out. There's a zillion herbs that you can use for protection, but these are the ones I ask you to get first. They're the most common ones, and they're the ones most easy to get. You can go get those at the dollar store for $1 in those little plastic bottles. So get those out. You will need a black candle. If not, I guess any color candle would do. I prefer black. Anyway, I'll explain all that later. Just get, try to find you a piece of jewelry or something that you can carry with you, wear or carry with you. Even the piece of clear quartz, if you have it and don't have any of the other stones, or don't have them in or if you have a pinnacle, especially if you have one of these. Okay, that would be so much easier and to me more powerful. I wear mine all the time. I take showers with mine on. I sleep with it. But if you don't have one of these yet, and if you don't have any of this stuff to enchant, just pick something. Pick something that would be easy for you to carry. If you don't want to be conspicuous, and you don't want, sometimes, especially when I'm on my job, a lot of people don't want nurses walking around with a pinnacle hanging around their neck. It freaks them out because they're ignorant. They don't understand. If it was me, knowing what I know, I would go to the nurse that had the pinnacle around her neck more so than I would one that didn't have one, because I believe she could heal me a lot better. I think she would be better for my aura, just better all the way around. But anyway, some people don't look at it that way. So, I just tuck mine in there. Nobody's going to walk up and go, "What's up?" If they do, say, "You're in my space." Anyway, be careful. I'll put you in a jar. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. Don't say that. And while I'm at it, and before I forget, I have to do a disclaimer, because you need to be at least 18 years old, or whatever your state that you live in considers you an adult, before you need to be watching my videos. Okay. I'm not going to be teaching children. And I know I started very, very young, but I'm not going to be the responsible one if you go out and do something I've said and warned you not to do, and then somebody come back and say, it's because that witch right there said, well, parents, watch your kids more. I don't know what to tell you. Regulate what they watch on TV and YouTube. You're the parent. A lot of us witches, our children know who we are. We don't hide anything from them. We don't push our path down their throats, but we make it known, and if they ask questions, then we explain why we do what we do and let them make their own choices. My children know about the Christian God, the stories of the Bible and all that. My daughter chose the Christian path, and that's her business, whatever she wants to do. But anyway, I'm going to go. And if you're not of age, at least have permission from your parents to watch me. Okay? Do that for me. Don't give me any trouble. I enjoy what I do, and I'm trying to help people not do any harm. So I will see y'all here in just a little bit. I'm going to go take my shower and wash some of the gunk off of me. Okay? I will see y'all later.